Crypto XR event in France is right around the corner. It's a crypto event where Dan and David, the founders of Veve, are attending, and we have a little bit of hope for new announcement and milestones. I will be traveling myself to meet the team, but also to meet every one of you who is coming there as well, the rare hodlers, the fam, and I'm going to ask questions and try to find out stuff. In this video though, I want to outline what I expect from Crypto XR and the coming weeks and months for Veve, what I think is necessary for Ecomi and Veve, and obviously the recent developments for Ecomi and Veve, both the bullish and the bearish stuff. And let's make this the last real, very important update before the Crypto XR event. Let's jump right in together. Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another video, and in this one, as mentioned before, we are going to talk about Ecomi and Veve upcoming, let's say, speculation, but also what needs to come right now to make this thing still a viable investment, and what has happened in the last couple of days around Ecomi and Veve. What is a bullish thing that not everyone may know? Let's talk about it. So we see the Omi price once again, after pumping it a little bit, is deep down in the gutter. In fact, it is at life support, so to say, or at least at a support range that we already know. Price action is down in comparison to other coins. It is down quite a bit, but there is something in the charts here that lets us expect a little bit of a reversal, and that is the volume. Look at that volume here. So actually volume is coming back, and we are still sitting at this, yeah, you could say deep whale accumulation zone, right? So right before Crypto XR, and we marked it here with a green arrow, we are expecting to have a turnaround here once whales are done accumulating. And this volume here, ladies and gentlemen, implies that whales might be done and the reversal is imminent just in the week pre-Crypto XR. So David and Dan said that they are going to travel to France. Now, they confirmed it here. David, you saying, Dan and I are trading hobbles for Barretts in just 7 days. Barretts meaning those caps, right? Thrilled to embark on a European adventure with the Veve fam, showcasing the Veve. I'm not going to say that because I'm completely going to screw the French up, but thanks to Omilities for the artistic touch. Looks pretty good. So good job there from Omilities. Other than that, yeah, great to have both confirmed there. There was a time where some people speculated that they might not come in the end, but a lot of Veve fam is ready, has booked their hotels. Some of the hotels in Auxerre completely booked out, like the Ibis one, for example. Yeah, and everyone traveling to have a good time with Ecomi and Veve. And also I will be traveling on the 24th already in that direction. I will keep you guys updated. Hopefully we can make some cool like out of the car videos and stuff like that. But until then, yeah, let's talk quickly about what we expect. So based on past performance, we expect nothing, right, around Ecomi. What we do expect is some stuff that we already know, like Matt Gondek, drop, and so on. That is happening throughout the event, but we also expect some stuff going on that is not known to us yet. So maybe they will showcase a little bit of the Veveverse. Maybe there is something else unexpected coming on. Maybe they will have used that platform as an announcement, for example, for the use of MCP points for a certain drop or craft event. That is what I expect. I expect, because they also only mention Veve here, despite this being a crypto event, they only mention Veve here in the Veve fam. I expect that they only talk about Veve, and actually that we're left with nothing regarding the Ecomi token. But maybe in a personal conversation we can find out a little bit more what the timeline is. Obviously, as mentioned before, for the price development, this would be really bad. I mean, there could be a pre event rally and then a drop off after that once again, right? Nonetheless, I said this looks more like super big volume compared to what we have or what we had before, and it looks healthier than the previous high volume spikes that we had before. So overall, do whales know something that we don't? That could be happening, right? But that's all speculation. Now, what do I expect in the term of what do I demand, right? I want to hear them talk about the integration of the Omi token in the app, because even if they showcase Veve and explain Veve, they said in some comments before that Omi is, or Foster did say it through the Ecomi, official Ecomi channel, that Omi is still the soul of the project. So if it's the soul of the project and they have a speaker slot, they at least need to mention it and also give a little bit of a hint in what way the Ecomi token is the soul of the project. So I would be really disappointed if they don't talk about it. What I would demand is that in, maybe not at CryptoXR, but somewhere around the halving, that Omi to NFT and also exchanges are coming. You got to be shitting me. Okay. The camera just lagged a little bit out. No worries here. So let's talk a little bit about what happened so far. So one important thing here, I think, to reiterate is this one here from Pop Culture. And basically it implies, as many interpret it, that Quid has financial issues, maybe economical issues, and that they have not paid Pop Culture for the drops that they have launched and basically kept the money. Pop Culture demands that the drops are not happening anymore and so on. So that is basically the essence here. And I mentioned before that I think that is not a good thing if Quid quids the market, so to say. Why is that not a good thing? Because people will lose assets and will lose even more trust in the market. And that also, we will talk a little bit more about market development in the next minutes of the video, but that for some people this is a win of Veve not going out of business and Quid going out of business, but we also have to see that there is still roughly a year until NFTs will get significant traction. So projects have to survive that. And they might have mismanaged. We are not sure yet if they are really out of business or if they're just doing fine and they just have beef with this project and don't pay them. But if it's the case that that Quid is done and is over with, then that is bad for the space, in my opinion. And you can say whatever you want, that they are trash or I don't know what. Overall, it is not good if competition. So someone said it is okay if your competitor shop next to you in the same street closes down and you just get more of the market. That is true. But let's say in your street all of the shops are closing down and none of the shops are doing great. No competitors left over. That means, and that's not the case right now, but if more and more, I mean, we saw Recur failing, right, before. So if more and more are failing, that means that something with the segment in which you're operating is not right, okay? So that is the reason why I don't like to see this. It's fine if they don't have as many users, but they're still doing good. But if all of them are dying, that's a serious concern, right? So Recur out of business, Quid potentially out of business, some other projects not doing so well. We will see and observe. Now, Veve obviously is doing good, and here's something that makes me really bullish. And you know that I am a big Veve bull, not so much an Ecomi bull, but a big Veve bull. And I'm also bullish, especially on Marvel Comics on Veve. Now, here we have an event on the March 14th, 2024. The future of Marvel's comics, X-Men Digital Comics. And in this is a panel on a trade show or something like that, which is very expensive to go to. But on this panel, we see join Marvel and leaders of the revolutionary technology and digital collectibles platform Veve to discuss how the intersection of storytelling and tech are coming together in some exciting new ways in 2024. Now, they specifically mention Veve as a digital platform, and it's Marvel together with the Veve leaders like revolutionary technology, blah, blah, blah. But what's really interesting in the sentence is the intersection of storytelling and tech. So this only leaves two things. Either they basically see it as revolutionary, what Veve already has with the Marvel comics, which I don't think is the case. You just have Marvel comics as in real life in AR. You can turn pages and so on. Looks nice, feels pretty good. But I think there's something, like they say, exciting new ways. So we have something that is the intersection of storytelling and tech in exciting new ways, which could mean for me. So one speculation that I have is that comics in showrooms, or better, comics in Veveverse are ready, and that they are ready to talk about that, right? So that they can show how comic reading looks in AR VR with goggles in the Veveverse. The other part that could be happening is that they somehow bring something that has at least animated covers for the comics, or some animated parts within the comics, or that the comics trigger something with other collectibles. So stuff like that I could imagine, and the intersection with tech is obviously AR VR, in my opinion at least. So in general, I think this is going to be good, and this is something to look forward to, especially if you're sitting on a ton of Veve comics already in the app, and hopefully they get some additional utility from that. Let's move on, because I told you we're also going to look at the bearish side. So here is a post from Veve in 2022, January the 8th. So that's more than a year ago, a year and 2 weeks ago to be precise. And they were saying on an AMA, which then still happened, comics and showrooms, we are very close to the end of development on this. We will release more info on this in the next few years. Comics on walls, readable in the showroom, etc. Can't wait. Okay, so according to this, about a year ago or so, they had comics on walls and readable in showrooms ready. Then after that, they had to sort out their spaghetti code and do stuff in the back end. Okay, given. But if this is either this is not true, right, or this is true and they have this already ready, and probably they tweaked it and adjusted it for the new version of Veve, like the new interface that they said would be coming out, but also the Veveverse. Okay, given that, you would have comics on walls and also readable in showroom, i.e. Veveverse would confirm what I'm just saying just from this statement a year ago, right? There's a lot of other broken promises in this Q&A, which I'm not going to address right now. Moving on. So right now, let's continue on the bearish mode for a second, because we have this here from the 17th of January, so also a couple of days ago, but it's basically an all-time low in sellers, buyers, and minters overall. So we have only 697 active wallets, minus 78%. Now, this is not good, but if you consider that this is still 700 people on an absolute boring time where the attention is on altcoins, on Bitcoin, and probably in a month after January, no one has money left over to deal with Veve NFTs in this sentiment, I think, yeah, it's bad. I mean, it's still bad, but it's okay, right? It's an all-time low. We cannot discuss this away. So let's look a little bit more into analytics, right? I'm not here to basically paint this in a positive way. You know that if I'm bearish, I'm bearish, right? So if you're looking at this chart here on Stacker, you are seeing that basically we had some all-time highs on the last year, only on the last year. If you zoom out on the last 2 years or so, you can see that actually the all-time highs were way back, and we have just lost a ton of volume in the market and users, right? But if we only say like the time without the bots in the last during the last year, we were like at 12,000 or so, and we have continuously gone down since then, which is a natural development if you consider that all attention is on Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin season, and potentially on Ethereum and some of the altcoins, which are some of the small caps are pumping left and right. But what we see is that we're still forming lower lows and lower highs. Yeah, if you just look at this overall chart, and if we are seeing buyers and sellers, actually they are little bit more leaning to the buying side. So users selling, users buying in green, right? Looks a little bit more than users selling. It's not much more, and that also doesn't really move the price. But what is interesting is if you look at this here, where you have 4,000 trades, and if you look at this low here, 4,700, so the number of trades is here basically how much is done, right? And that's actually, if this is the low of the chart, we are a little bit above that part here, where we are at 4.3 only, which was last year, end of November. What is now important, that we are seeing that the active users are forming new higher lows and new higher highs, and that we see continuous activity, plus that the trades overall are going up once again and also form higher lows. So this will be something to observe over the next couple of months, but actually we could be in the time where we see some turnaround coming in. Overall, if we just observe the market, there's a lot of stuff going on, especially on drop days, right? We see here right now at the time of making this video, everyone's trading the Batman who loves stuff. Moving on. I think this is important for us to see, and it is revolutionary, I would even say, because this is another tech step in the direction of metaverse, really making it as accessible for people, so that when they have goggles on and they want to play something like where you have to walk, that they don't run against the wall and break their eyes, goggles, or nose, right? So look at this here quickly together with me. While we're
it
talking.
will automatically do whatever it needs to have me stay on the floor. And what's amazing about this is multiple people can be on it and all walking independently. They can walk in virtual reality and so many other things.
So where are you hoping this tech ends up?
You know, imagine a number of people being in a room, being able to be somewhere else collaboratively and moving around, doing sightseeing. Imagine theatrical stages that might have these embedded in them so that dancers can do amazing moves. Not me, but really good dancers. So there are just so many applications for this type of technology, and we don't know yet where it'll be used.
So as you can see here, that is from Disney research, right? It's in the background. And I think it's revolutionary, really, because you have the feeling that you're walking, but you really don't move the step. Now, there's probably technological advancement necessary to have you really run on this thing and not fall off or not fall down. But I think that is a big step in the right direction. And why would you design or work on something like this? Because Disney has plans to develop storytelling in a very big way. Disney probably has plans to build out a big metaverse. And it doesn't have to be the Veve-verse that is benefiting from that, and don't come with these like super bullish Moonboy predictions that Disney is developing that shit for Veve. It's not the case. But what could be happening is that Veve in the end benefits from the development of such tech, and the closeness to Disney could make them basically make use of that tech to advance, like diving into tech like this and feel something like the I don't know, third iteration of Weverse in 10 years or so, that you could have something like this. Disney will not be the only tech house that designed something like that. Probably there's a subcontractor that produced this for Veve, for Disney, sorry, not for Veve. But I think just to see that Apple is coming out with the goggles, this year is happening, that these companies are investing large amounts of money, should tell you that this is not just some bullshit hype, right? That this is really happening with the Weverse, or with the Disneyverse, or whatever metaverse, right? We're not talking about like Veve is getting the whole share of the pie. We're talking about what is possible in general based on tech. So don't get me wrong here. In the end, I think what needs to be displayed here, and I think this is a good example for that, is if I move myself here, so someone used this Veve collectible and immersed it into the real world, right? So you see it starting and flying. Here's the avatar thing, and it looks really good because, especially further away, this collectible does not look out of place. All of that thing just looks really good in AR, and if you can like the Tyrannus, like the dinosaur from Jurassic Park, or this thing, especially in natural landscape on augmented reality, they look pretty good. So with what we have seen before, plus this here, I think there's some stuff imaginable where these things are really good. And this doesn't mean, once again, that Veve is going to be the king of it all in the future, but they're also not the worst, right? So remember from the beginning of the video, Quid or so, look at that stuff and think if that is going to be a big deal in augmented reality based metaverse. I don't know, but this stuff here, yeah, why not? I think this is something good, and yeah, I think overall everything that I just said here is something to be bullish on. So let's see in which direction Veve is going to be steered and handled. What can we find out throughout Crypto XR? Once again, I'm bullish on the Veve collectibles. I'm bullish on Veve in general if they do the things on the market. We will see with regards to the Ecomi token, because I still not have the feeling that Ecomi token is really the heart and soul of Ecomi Veve, right, or of Veve. I think there needs to be more to prove that point. But I am excited to find out and to meet each and every one of you guys at Crypto XR. So this is it as a small video. If you like these updates, please smash up the like button. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all that you have seen. And wherever you are on the world, have a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. I see you in the next video.